In this video, we're going to be talking about the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady cruise, and we just hopped off of it. We're going to be talking about why we decided to choose an all-adult cruise. We're going to be talking about the food and drinks on a cruise, and we're also going to be talking about the service on a cruise.
Does it live up to the hype?
I don't know if it lives up to the hype.
All right, let's get into it. We are a family that always travels with our kids. If you watch our videos, you know we are constantly with them, traveling and doing things with them. So we decided on this cruise, we're doing adults only. We didn't know what we were getting into, what to expect, but we're gonna let you know how it went.
Yeah. So let's start off with the why we decided to choose an all-adult cruise. And I'm just gonna come out right now and say it because there was no kids.
There were no kids, and it was absolutely lovely. Like, I could not see us going back to a cruise that has kids if it's just the two of us.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just don't want to just preface it all on kids, but it was a big part of it. We literally had the opportunity to walk across the boat, walk around the boat, do different activities on the boat, and not really have to worry about like, hey, is this person not feeling really great, or does this person want to do that? It was all about just us, and I think that was really cool.
And I would just say, actually, for us, it took away the parent guilt.
Yeah.
Because it was a really big thing when we were looking into cruises. We normally were a Royal Caribbean cruise family, and we were looking into, we were comparing the two. Do we want to do Royal? Do we want to do Virgin? And we chose Virgin because we were like, you know what? I don't want to be on the cruise and look around and see kids and feel like, man, I wish I would have brought our boys.
I know.
Or, oh my God, they would have had so much fun doing X, Y, and Z. So that really took away that part of it. And honestly, it wasn't until our kids started like calling or texting us that we thought about them. Hopefully they don't see this.
I know.
But
we like, Dad,
yeah,
Mom, really?
but we really didn't think about them because there weren't kids around to make you feel guilty that you missed your kids. So that was a nice part. And also, we wanted dinners and everything to feel special.
Yeah.
We wanted to feel like we were always on a date. And that's exactly what it gave us. We felt like we were on a date every night. We didn't look around and hear someone screaming or crying. We didn't have to worry about what someone was going to eat or if they were going to like it. It was just really intimate. Even when it was just a group of girls hanging out at different tables or a different group of guys hanging out, you never felt like you were somewhere where kids were running around or it wasn't a date night.
Yeah.
Every day, every night, and every time it just felt special.
And that was the biggest thing for me as well, too, because, we're always with our kids, like Brizette mentioned at the top of the video, and we're always doing things with them, even when we're at home. So it was really just a point that we just want to make sure that, hey, it is our time to just enjoy each other. And this is really good for couples out there, married couples. Really think about this. If you're not the type that do a lot of things together, this is a really good way just to get away, not have to overthink where you're going to eat, not have to overthink what you're going to do. Just let the cruise kind of just, go from there.
And I also say this too, it makes you have conversations that are not just surrounded about your kids. Like sometimes you as a married couple or as a couple, you're always talking about your kids. And I think when you take out kids, it makes you like not think about them, not that you're not thinking about them, but your conversations aren't just about the kids. You actually have a conversation about what do you like, what do you want to do. I will say the other thing why we chose adult only cruise is because there wasn't a lot of activities going on. It wasn't like a rock wall, wave rider, flow rider, zip lines, all that stuff.
No.
So it gave you time to actually enjoy the cruise and relax, which was really nice. So I like that part about it. What about you?
Even though there wasn't a lot of kid activities to do, there was still activities to do for adults. But it's the greatest part about it. They were adult-driven activities, and I'm gonna say it was a little bit of kid things because they had board games out there. They had shuffleboard. They had a full arcade. So it was really
seesaw. We got on the seesaw, swings.
So I think
pickleball,
like
basketball.
Was amazing, just to have that opportunity to see other adults just enjoying each other's company. And everybody on the ship, I'm being honest, all the adults on the ship that we ran into, everybody was just so laid back.
So laid back.
Yeah.
Like no one was stressed out. No one it felt like you had anxiety, like I'm gonna miss something, or there's kids running around, or you're trying to wait for an elevator, because it was just so laid back. Everybody was just so peaceful. The staff was peaceful. I think that had a lot to do with no kids.
Yeah, no kids. And again, let's just back this up really quick. We love our kids.
We love our kids.
Don't get us wrong, but this is times where, as adults, you just need
adult time.
You need adult time.
Yeah.
So let's move into not step two, but let's
number
move into number two, and that's the food and drinks. And I want to start this one off. I want to just go straight for the specialty restaurants. I'm not even going to talk about upstairs yet. Okay. Especially restaurants, in my opinion, just like Bizette mentioned, is really great to have your date days, your date brunches, and your date nights. Why? Because you got to make reservations for them. You don't have to get super dressed up, but just make reservations for them and just feel like, hey, we're being seated. You know, they're bringing out, you know, your appetizers, they're bringing out the menu, different things like that just made it really special. And I really like that part.
I like the part that this was different than Royal, because Royal with the specialty restaurants, you have to pay extra for them. And on Virgin, it was all included. So that was nice. So I didn't have to look at my budget and say, oh, I can only do X, Y, and Z because that's a lot of money. No, it was included and you got to enjoy it. And just like Royal, you can pick several different options. You don't have to just say, well, I only want this meal. No, they'll bring you out if you want 2 appetizers, if you want 3 appetizers, if you want to try them all, they'll bring them out to you. So that was a nice thing. And if you didn't like something, they'll ask you, hey, do you want to switch it out for something else? So it wasn't like, oh, I can only pick 1 or 2 things because it's so fancy. No. And I will say it was a better quality of food that you got. It wasn't like when you go to main dining hall on Royal, you get kind of just like the basic stuff. No, it was the quality of food that you're going to get that you pay for in Royal. So I like that a lot.
And I also think that I loved about the specialty dining that every restaurant offered something different. So yes, it was a quality of food there, but you had Asian, you had Italian, you had Mexican, you have all these different, you know, types of food that you can actually eat. So that gave it a variety. So you could walk around the ship. You could, you know, say, all right, tonight we're going to go here. Tonight we're going to go there. You didn't feel like you were eating the same exact thing every single night. And that was, to me, that was hands down one of the best parts right there.
And I will give you a tip. If you are not able to book those reservations on the app, don't worry, don't stress out. As soon as you get on the cruise ship, go over to reservations, just ask where is reservations at, and they will like switch things around for you. Like we had, when we booked through the app, we had all late times for dinner and we didn't get extra virgin that we really wanted. So we just went there and they were super sweet. He was so helpful. He was changing our dinner times around. He was helping us get, you know, brunch, which I highly recommend. Go to the Wake and go to Razzle Dazzle and book those brunch reservations because it was really good. It was nice to have someone serve you, and the food was just, it was fun just to have brunch food. And on the last day, make sure you book your reservations so that you're not rushing off the ship. You have a nice meal for your last meal before you have to get off the ship and deal with the real world.
Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna let Brizette talk about the buffet.
What? Upstairs. Oh, okay. So if you know us, Jason always calls the buffet on Royal the Golden Corral of the Seas, where people are like picking over it, they're licking their fingers, it's just nasty. You have, as soon as you go in, it's like washy because you're hoping that people are washing their hands because they're all touching the same utensils. And if you don't sanitize your hands when you sit back down, you're gonna get sick, because it happened to us on our last cruise, and we were so sick and we almost like didn't want to do cruising anymore because of that. But this was really nice because when you go to the galley, you place an order and then someone brings it to you. And if you don't feel like getting up, you can just put that little flag up and someone will take your order and bring it to you as well. And there was a lot of different options up there. What I liked was there's a salad bar where you can actually go and pick different options to put on your salad. There was a taco stand. There was a
ramen.
Ramen, which you like ramen. That was your first meal, was ramen.
Yes, it was.
They had different options for breakfast. They had waffles, not waffles, but French toast. So there was a lot of different things. And the nice part about it, it was open. Like, I think the burgers and stuff was like 24 hours. So you can go back up there, you can get different food and feel like, you know what, this is special. It wasn't like, on Royal, things closed down. So when Windjammer's closed, you're either just stuck getting pizza or things like that. So you had that option. And the pizza on the cruise ship was really good.
Yeah, the pizza on the cruise ship was really good. That was one of the things that I would talk about. And again, you could kind of consider it a specialty restaurant, but you don't have to make reservations. You just go there, you order the pizza, and they make it fresh. And again, it's really good. So I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, and you're not just stuck with what they give you. They're putting it in a pizza box. You take it off, you go sit down, and you can have a little date. You sit outside, and that was really nice. Now, will we say the food was amazing? No. It was better than regular cruise food, but it could still use room for improvement. Like one thing that we really missed was the desserts.
Definitely desserts. I would say though, the ice cream shop that was on board, that was something that you could expect to have good quality every single time. They did switch around flavors here and there, but for the most part, your staples were always there. And I think which one that we were constantly
the key lime. The key lime was really good. It was like
favorite,
a creamsicle, so that was really good. 10 o'clock, make sure you go up to the Galley, because 10 o'clock you can get some cookies, some warm cookies,
chocolate chip cookies.
So that made it nice. And if you want to do room service to your room, there's other little special treats that you can get there as well. So make sure you take advantage of that. And also the social club. You can get little snacks and stuff like that. So if you want wings, you go over there and get wings. If you want pretzels, popcorn, the peanut brittle was really good. So cake pops.
They had Twizzlers, Swedish fish. I mean, it was like a kid in a candy store before adults. It was like the greatest thing ever.
And what's nice about the social club is all the game boards and stuff like that are right there. So what you do is you go get your snacks, you pick out a game, and you play games, and everyone is doing it. So you don't feel like weird or awkward, like I'm being boring by sitting here playing a game, because as you're walking through, you see a lot of people. Karaoke is going to be over there as well. So you're getting your snacks, you're watching the people have karaoke, which was a lot of fun. And also, like Jason said, the arcade is over there. So there are a ton of places on the ship that you can get food. What is it, Opa?
Opa on the back of the boat is another location that you can go out there and just watch. Yes, Greek South food. Not Greek South, but Greek food out there. But it's at the back of the boat, so you can actually just look over the railing and just see the boat as we sail. I really like that.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, especially during the daytime, that was the place to be. I would say when you get there, if you don't see any seats or any bedding, just hold off for a little while. People get up left and right.
Yeah.
So you're going to find a bed or you're going to find a seat.
I will say the bed's on lockdown though. Most people were there like the whole time, because I was like kept eyeing a bed, and I was like, oh. But the quality of furniture, I will say too, on there is so everything is like wood with this beautiful blues and everything. So it felt more upscale. Like you wanted to stay out there and enjoy it because it was so upscale.
Yeah, and also the other thing too, they had really nice Mediterranean music playing too. It was nothing loud, nothing raunchy, nothing just overbearing. It was music that you could honestly fall asleep to or read a book to. So
and a lot of people
was my spot.
Yeah, a lot of people out there were just relaxing and enjoying the day, just staying out there all day and just having a good vibe. So the drink package. Now, we are not big drinkers at all.
Are we moving to drinks?
Yeah, because we did food.
Oh yeah, duh.
So drinks. All right. So the drink package, how it works is usually before you board, you purchase a drink package, and I think the lowest was about $200, and they always give you incentives. Like if you spend $200, you might get $25 extra. You spend $300, you might get $50 extra.
Yeah.
It might change when you watch this video, so please don't just say, that's not what you said. It probably will change. But we decided not to go that route. What we did was Sailor Loot instead.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got on board, we went to, Sailor Services.
Sailor Services, yep.
And that's right across from reservations. So as soon as we finished with reservations, we went to Sailor Services, and we just asked him, I think the minimum was what, $250?
$250.
And so the minimum amount that you can purchase was $250. So what they do, you already have a card on board anyway. So we just told them to open up $250 on our card, and that allowed us to spend it anywhere. We were able to spend it at in the store if we wanted to, if we wanted to buy perfume, cologne, jewelry, whatever. If we wanted to spend it at the coffee shop, if we wanted to get like a pina colada or something like that, we were able to spend it that way. The nice part about it was whatever we didn't spend, we got back.
Got right back.
Where if you buy a drink package, you don't get that money back. If you don't spend it, you lose it.
Yeah. And a lot of people that we were overhearing, some people just saying, hey, oh my God, I have this amount left, buying other people drinks, or they would run out of what they have.
Oh yeah, we saw a lot of people going to, you get so comfortable because you're like, oh, I have $200 or I have $300. And this one guy, every time we went to Sailor Services, he was there.
Money down. He was like, no, just charge the card again.
Yeah, he was like, just put an extra $100, because you run out. So the nice thing about it was we knew that if we didn't spend, we didn't feel like we were forced to drink because we had all this money that we put there. I think sometimes you get forced into like, I want to drink because I have $200 and I don't want to waste it. Where we really wanted to enjoy the cruise. We didn't want to feel like you have to drink in order because you put money there.
Yeah, and coffee is my thing. I would say, let me jump back. Coffees on the boat is really good. The
regular coffee too.
Coffee is really good, but the specialty coffee, if you go, I forgot one of the bars near the
Galley had
it was really great. Yeah.
And downstairs by Social Club.
By the Social Club. And again, it's strong, and these are specialty drinks. You can have them mixed with anything, different cappuccinos or different flat whites. That was my jam. That's what I constantly got. But again, those are things that we used our sailor loot for, because I looked at the tab on coffee and it was kind of high.
Yeah. Our tab on coffee, like he was constantly getting coffees, but you also can mix your coffee with alcohol if you want to. So there was those things that you can do. But again, we didn't feel like we were pressured to spend that money, or not spend that money, but run up that tab, because we didn't want to waste money. Correct. You know, because the last thing you want to do is leave money on board. Like if you don't have to. It
makes no sense.
So we were able to get that money back. Right, let's go on to the service.
Yes.
All right. So the service on Virgin, I liked it. I think there always room for improvement. Yes. Was it perfect? No. But we'll talk about what we liked and what we didn't like.
Yeah, for one thing, I would say the room. Let's start with the room. So the minute we got into our room, loved it. But we did notice just a few things. We noticed that, housekeeping came, but they missed a few spots. So immediately we called down to Sailor Services, and they sent a manager up. Immediately. I would say less than 10 minutes they were inside the room trying to make it right. So luckily for us, they switched our room out completely.
And I will say that, try to make it right, not over talk us like, oh, well, whatever. No, they were like, how can we help you? Let's switch this room. Let's make you comfortable. So they switched our room, even sent up a bottle of champagne. They were so accommodating, where other cruise lines, not so much. We've had issues, and they were just like, they didn't really address them. We didn't feel, it just wasn't addressed correctly.
Correct.
Here it was.
It definitely was. And our stateroom attendant, she came up immediately and met us, and she was amazing.
Yeah, she was. And this is our first time having a female. Like we always have males. And so this is our first time having a female, and she was super sweet. I will say the one thing that she didn't get was that for me, and I know this is a me thing, I love fresh white towels, fluffy towels, fresh ones. Like as soon as you get on the ship, you always have like the nice ones because they want to impress you. But then as you go along, we always notice that they give you like the dingy ones, or the ones that are just not as bright. So that was my one thing that I did ask for that I didn't get, but it was a simple thing. You know, it was like, fine, whatever. And towards the end, she, got it, but I didn't keep asking for it. I just told her one time, and that was that. So that was for the room. Yeah. For the room. I will say at dining, where it's a little different, because you are always in the main dining room on Royal, your wait staff gets to know you. So as soon as you sit down, they're usually like, they have the drinks ready that you like. Because you're going to different restaurants, I will say that the attention to detail sometimes wasn't the best. Yeah. Like we would ask for a drink and wouldn't get it, ask
for straws and wouldn't get it. Because again, they're moving around tables. But I would say service-wise, when it comes to allergies,
they are on it.
It's like Fort Knox.
Yes.
Meaning everything is on their phone, on the app. They scan your wristband. They say, okay, this person is coming to this table. They knew my allergies. They knew what I had versus what I can't have. And they just literally just went through the menu, say, hey, Jason, for this, you can have this, 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 and this. You don't always have to like explain it. And that's one thing I did like. I did like that. Now, I would say that there was a mix up when we sat next to another couple where they sat us just at the wrong table. We're right next to each other. But Brizette all of a sudden had
strawberry allergies, gluten allergies.
It was like the weirdest thing. And it took a little while for them to just clear it out and let it save to their phones and then go from there.
But even when it cleared out, we went to another restaurant. They were like, and I was like, no, that's not me, so please switch it.
I would say that's the only thing that we do notice, that, sometimes the systems are a little clunky, and I'll get into one more service item, that's the Wi-Fi. But the service is a little clunky because, again, I understand they probably pulling for the same server. Who knows? But that was the only thing as far as the technology when it goes. But
other area that we had. No, another thing was, what happened was, because we did switch rooms in the beginning. We had the Splash of Romance package. Yeah. And with the Splash of Romance package, you're supposed to get like little treats to your room. And every day we were super excited to go to our room to see what what we had on our bed for a treat. I know it's not an everyday thing, but we were excited for the days we were supposed to get it. Well, that never happened for us. No. We would go down to get to Sailor Services and be like, hey, we didn't get a treat. And they were like, oh, let me put it in the system. Again, a system thing. Yeah. Let us put it in the system. You'll get it tonight. Oh, you'll get it. And we would go out, we would run back to the room later on that night, open the door, look at the bed, nothing. So it got down to the last night, and we went back down to Sailor Services after going down to them about 4 times about this issue. And we were really sweet about it. We were just like, hey, we didn't get it, you know, and they would assure us that that night we would get it. So finally, the last night, someone knocked on our door and handed us a box of chocolate, and it wasn't the same experience though. Like it was just like, thanks, you know.
Like, here you go.
Yeah,
take your chocolates.
Yeah, take your chocolates. So what had happened was the person who was in our original room, they were getting it. So she was like, "Oh, it looks like the person in your old room. They were getting all your treats." And we were like,
so thanks. If you're out there right now and you're just getting random treats on your bed, that was ours.
That was our room.
Just let you know.
Yeah, that was our room. All right, now to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi. Let's talk about the Wi-Fi. So we did not opt for just the regular Wi-Fi that comes in. I opted for one notch up, which was the premium. Thinking, I forgot what did we pay for. I think it was 200, maybe 220.
I can't remember. Maybe one something. I think.
Maybe one something. So again, for me, I'm my line of business. I have to communicate with my editors and the team and such. So I got the premium services thinking that the Wi-Fi would be fast, but it was not. It was lagging. It was much better than just the regular Wi-Fi because we did take
a test. So I had the regular Wi-Fi on my phone and he had the premium one.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. So you couldn't, if you're a person, now this is only if you're a person who wants to watch like your YouTube videos or TikTok, or if you want to post, and that's important to us that we post, or, keep in touch with our kids. And I couldn't do any of it. Yeah, so if you're going between like, should I get it or not? Get it.
Definitely get it. However, if you are looking for the premium package to do uploads like large files, if you're not just only on your, I can't even say upload videos on the phone, because even when we were trying to do things to TikTok itself, it was very slow. Very slow. It worked, but it was very slow. It was very slow. I even took a speed test just trying to see what was the upload and download speed. I was getting 1 gig of upload speed. I think I got to 2 in the middle of the night, and downloads didn't even hit a gig. So, I mean, you can imagine at home, you have anywhere from like 300 megabytes per second that's going up. Imagine getting that down to like 1.
And you had a wedding that you were uploading.
Yeah, I was uploading a wedding. It literally took 20 hours to upload, and these are just photos. I think it was only 500 photos if I'm not mistaken. It literally took 20 hours. I just left the computer on, we came in, I kept checking, and it finally went up. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. If you're planning on doing work, you will need to go for the last tier package, which we were about to get just to test it, but we did not. But that, from what I understand, with Virgin, and even when we went to get services, they explained that is for like doing Zoom calls. If you're uploading and downloading large attachments, that's something that you will need. But again, we didn't opt for that, but that may be your option if you need to do any type of work on the ship.
Yeah, so hopefully if you're going between, should I go on a Royal Caribbean cruise, a Disney cruise, or whatever cruise, a Carnival cruise, that you watch this video and see that Virgin might be the cruise for you. Don't be scared about what you hear, because it's not like that. The shows and things like that, you don't have to go if you don't want to go. If you don't want to be around certain things, you don't have to be around it. So it's all about what you make it. Just give them a try. I think you're gonna love them, because up to us, if it's just the two of us, we're picking Virgin every time.
Yeah, we're gonna pick Virgin every single time. So hopefully this was helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe, and send this to somebody that you know that's on the fence, so thinking about a Virgin cruise. And hopefully these 3 things that we talked about today could just push them over the edge and go ahead and jump on and just book one of the cruises. And we'll probably see them on there, because we're going to go back again.
Yeah, and on this next video we're about to do, we're going to tell you like the things that you really should bring, the things that you don't need, things you don't need to worry about. And so stay tuned for the next one.
All right, see ya.